Hi cuties, my name is Hanako Kozumi and this is the channel Nerdy Nekoma. Everything here is about Haikyuu chat stories and fanfic. Thanks for joining us today. If you like this video, please consider subscribing and leaving a like. And with that, welcome to today's video, or in other words, the second part of The Bottoms Get Sick or Injured. Today's video features AranKita, BokuAka, SemiShira, and SakuAtsu. I hope you will like it. Enjoy! Kita was sitting at the table in the living room with a schoolbook in front of him and a notebook to his right, pencil in hand. An empty mug was placed in front of him, next to a small box of tissues which were the only indicators of the cold taking a toll on his body. When he noticed the soreness in his muscles and the scratching in his throat, he immediately took the appropriate actions and informed the school as well as his coach and Aran that he would be absent today due to sickness. The latter answered shortly after, asking if he needed anything. The sudden noise at his door, as the taller fumbled with the spare key Kita gave to him a while back, was the result of that. He had sent him a short list of groceries that might help his recovery to proceed faster, and Aran arrived in a haste as soon as school ended. "Hello Aran, how was school?" Good." He still seemed a bit disoriented as he placed the bag on the table. "That's great. Did you get everything?" "Yeah, here's the medicine and some soup. It's not from the store though, as you requested. My mom made it when I told her you were sick." His eyes scanned the still, unusually straight posture of his boyfriend, but when he looked closely, he could see the shadows under his eyes and a slight glossy veil covering them, as well as a hint of red on his cheeks. "That's very generous of her. Tell her thanks from me, would you?" "Of course. How are you feeling?" "A bit uncomfortable, but it's bearable." "Thank you again for getting everything for me. I owe you." "No, it was nothing. It's my job to at least sometimes look after you as well, isn't it?" He smiled sheepishly and sat down at the table with him. "You shouldn't stay for too long, otherwise you risk getting sick as well." "I don't mind." Kita frowned a little. "Well, it wouldn't be good for the team now, would it? I mean, if we both were missing from practice, there would be no one to look after the twins." Aran laughed. "Kita, let's face it, training is already chaotic without you. I can't change much about that." "Please let me stay. I wouldn't feel comfortable leaving you alone like this." "It's nothing major, just a cold. I can handle it." "Please." "I just want to take care of you, as boyfriends do." The captain reluctantly agreed, still a bit repulsed by the idea that he might end up infecting him, but he couldn't deny that he valued the time he spent with Aran a lot. Even though he didn't understand it completely sometimes, it seemed like some things were simply easier to endure with the other around. Like the headache that slowly seemed to subside under Aran's gentle touch after he finally bribed the smaller one to sit down on the couch instead of studying. Bokuto let out a frustrated groan as he spiked the ball right into the net for the second time in the past 10 minutes. Akashi could practically see the frustration accumulating and his concentration slipping. He had to think fast if he wanted to prevent another one of his emo moods. They couldn't risk it. Today's opponent in the training match was the Nekomahai. Those sly cats were only waiting for their chance. Just one slip up, one crack in their facade, and they would immediately be there. And of course, they noticed Bokuto slacking off. After all these training camps, they were more than familiar with his antics on the court, that even without Kemba telling them, they knew how to react immediately. The more time passed, the more tension built up in the air, weighing heavy above their heads as no victor seemed to emerge. None of them managed to claim the lead. It was always close, and Fukurodani was slowly but surely losing its ace. At some point, Bokuto was so out of it that he didn't even see the ball aimed at him perfectly. Bokuto-san! Akashi's first instinct was to jump between them. It was obvious that Bokuto wasn't able to receive other than with his face. Then again, the same goes for Akashi, since he didn't have the time to react in any other way or force his body into a useful position. He stumbled backward against Bokuto's chest. Akashi! He groaned a little. Why in hell had it to be Yamamoto's turn to attack? He honestly regretted his life choices in that very moment. I'm fine, Bokuto-san. Somewhere from the side he heard someone screaming something about blood. It wasn't until then that he noticed the steady stream of red running down from his nose, tainting his hands and shirt. Akashi! Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my... Bokuto, I'm fine, it's just a nosebleed, I'm not gonna die. Coach waved him over and he immediately complied. They inspected the injury, but as expected, it was nothing serious, and he just had to stay on the sidelines for a while. With Akashi gone and Bokuto more antsy than ever, it came to no one's surprise when Nekoma first took the lead and then the game. For once, however, Bokuto didn't seem to care about the loss or Koto's teasing, which was also surprisingly tame today. As soon as it was officially over, the owl-like ace immediately was by his side and cupped his face with such tenderness one would never expect from the calloused hands that were thrown all too often into the air in dramatic gestures of cheer, confidence, or frustration. I'm sorry. I should have paid more attention. Don't stress yourself about it. I'm fine and it wasn't your fault. Accidents happen, that's just how it is. He shrugged his shoulders. Bokuto frowned a little before a wide smile spread on his cheeks. He leaned forward and kissed the corners of his mouth. Then I'll have to pamper you for the rest of the day. Semi watched Shirabu carefully while training. The younger did his best as always, and it was by no means bad, but he still seemed off today. He staggered when landing back on his feet. His breathing was heavy and accelerated, even though it's only been a few minutes and his usual precision was lacking. There was a delicate shade of pink tinting his cheeks and ears, and Semi was certain that he wasn't blushing. After all, he hadn't had the opportunity yet to tease and embarrass him. If he was being completely honest, he took a lot of pride in his ability to turn Shirabu into a flustered mess. As soon as there was a break, he walked over to the other. Hey, Kenjiro? Shirabu faltered, a real blush adding to his already red cheeks. Don't call me that, at least not in public. Tendu next to them snickered and semi-smirked. Oh come on, you love it, and our team knows that we are dating already, so there's really no reason to hide. He placed a feather-like kiss on his cheek, which earned him a warning glare from the coach. He barely noticed it though, because the kiss confirmed what he was already suspecting. Shirabu was unnaturally warm. Kenji, how are you feeling today? I'm fine. He stoically refused to face him and just took another sip of water. Don't give me that crap. You look like you are running a fever. No, you feel like you are running a fever. Shirabu's jaw clenched. I have to go back. All you have to do is go back home. Please don't neglect your health like that. Shirabu sighed in defeat and allowed Semi to support him as he leaned against his side. He must be feeling really bad if PDA suddenly didn't bother him anymore. I'll tell the coach. Here, sit down, I'll be right back. It took him only a few minutes to get them home, however, not Shirabu's but his. It was warmer, friendlier, livelier, according to Shirabu that is, and he hoped that this could help him relax a bit. His moms always invited Shirabu in with open arms, and his younger sister would bother him with questions all day and night. What should be annoying never failed to put a smile on Shirabu's face, and Semi loved to see that. Atsumu felt like shit, to put it nicely. All his senses were dulled as if he was underwater, yet everything felt itchy and uncomfortable. He couldn't breathe properly, and there was a buzzing in his ears that annoyed him to no end. The worst, however, was that due to his sickness, he had to cancel his date with Ami, which sucked because they could only see each other rarely. He groaned again and hit his face in the pillow. Come on, Atsumu, don't be such a baby. Here, Dad made you soup. His twin placed a tray with food, medicine, and water on the nightstand. Atsumu, on the other hand, didn't even spare it a glance and groaned dramatically again. Atsumu chuckled and ruffled through the blonde hair. Come on, I'm sure you will survive another week without your Ami. Atsumu threw a scorching glare at him. Atsumu chuckled again and left the room, leaving Atsumu alone in his misery. The next time he woke up, it was because of his phone buzzing next to him. He reached for it grumpily and accepted the incoming call without bothering to check the caller ID. What? His voice sounded raspy and harsh, which earned him a laugh from the other end of the line. He immediately recognized it, and his heart fluttered at the sound. I'm sorry. Osmu warned me about interrupting your beauty sleep, but I wanted to check up on you. That? How dare he say something like that? He angrily mumbled curses into his pillow, which earned him a bright smile from Ami and reminded him again that they were on a video call and that he looked probably awful. He whined and hid his face further in the pillow. Are you alright? No, I'm hideous. Sakusa chuckled again. Do you want me to leave so that you can get some beauty sleep? No! He said shut up. You're so mean, Ami. If it counts for anything, I think you look very gorgeous, even when sick. He smiled warmly, and Atsumu could feel his blush increasing tenfold. See? That blush is lovely. Ami! He whined and hid in the pillow again. What was going on today? Usually, he was the one teasing Sakusa, not the other way around. To be honest, he wasn't quite sure if he liked it or not. I just called because I thought it might help. I'm sorry that I can't visit you like that. Atsumu sighed. Oh, it's fine. I understand. After all, I was the one who cancelled the date. One day I'll be able to care for you in situations like this. I promise. Atsumu's heart felt like it could beat out of his chest any minute now. For Sakusa to give such a promise meant a lot to him. Okay, but first, promise me something else. The ravenet looked up surprised. Promise me that you'll stay with me until that day, no matter how long it takes. Sakusa smiled softly, and Atsumu could swear that he was blushing as well. Okay, I promise. That is, if you promise to get better soon. I promise, as long as you promise to call me every day while I'm sick. I promise, if... They went on and on until Atsumu got tired again, and Sakusa settled to just telling him about his day so that his boyfriend could relax. Thank you for watching till the end. This was the second part of approximately 5 altogether, and I hope you liked it. Please keep in mind that I have never written AranKita before. This was my first attempt at this ship. I hope it turned out fine. Please leave any suggestions and ideas for improvement, especially regarding that ship, in the comments so that I can do better next time if there should be something I didn't portray correctly. And now, if you liked it, consider leaving a like because it really helps my channel grow. And if you don't want to miss out on anything in the future, consider subscribing, which would be absolutely amazing because you are amazing. And now, have a wonderful and amazing day. Yes.